So have you always been a gearhead, or are you just learning about it
Yeah,
while
yeah.
doing this right now?
Well, yeah,
or?
my dad was a big gearhead. He had every car in the world when he was young, and then they had me, and they bought a Volvo. And that went away. And then I moved to New York, and it just kind of, you don't need cars there. So it just kind of fell off. And then when I got to LA, my interest reignited. And all my friends from New York are like, you're not a car guy. What are you talking about? And I'm definitely not a car guy like those two. Dax and Jethro are car guys. I'm just like I'm the audience, basically.
Right.
I'm an enthusiast.
Just going through it like the fan sitting at home watching the show.
I can barely tell you what a differential is, but that's not my job.
It's so funny. One time I hosted RPM Tonight on ESPN2. That's why I bring this up. Is the nightly show about NASCAR and racing, and I'm the fan watching this show. I don't know anything about anything, and I started the show by saying I'm the first host in the history of RPM Tonight who has to call AAA to change a tire. I have no idea. Like I just put it all out there.
Oh man, the arguments I've had with my wife whenever we have to change a tire. We're on the freeway and she's like, we're going to call AAA. It's like, I got this. It's easy. And then, of course, if I win, I'm having trouble getting the tire out of the, it's hidden somewhere. The jacks are weird, like proprietary equipment. And then we call AAA.
I was about to say, you feel the wind shear of the 18-wheelers passing by you.
AAA's fantastic.
That's true.
They are fantastic.
But that's not part of Top Gear America, right? I mean,
we don't call AAA on Top Gear. No, we've never done that.
I've got Rob Corddry here on the Rich Eisen Show. So we just saw you riding a Lambo there. So what can you tell us about the cars that you've driven on this show?
That was definitely one of the highlights. I drove the Porsche Taycan, which is the electric Porsche.
Yes.
Fantastic. And I'm not such a big fan of electric cars, only because I don't think there's anything special about them for the most part. That said, I also drove the Mustang, the electric Mustang.
Yes.
And
was that the Mach-E? Is that what it is?
The Mach-E, that's right. And it's it's a boring kind of crossover. And people are arguing about whether it's a Mustang or not. And I'm like, there's a Mustang badge on it. So end of discussion. They can just do whatever they want.
But these new electric cars, they can haul ass.
Well, they can haul ass for a little bit,
right?
But I love arguing with my friends' sons about how my old Porsche can beat a Tesla in a quarter mile. Maybe not in like a drag race,
right?
Maybe in like a half mile, I could definitely beat it.
My 11-year-old can't get enough of electric cars. He's locked in.
They think they're like
the greatest thing. He knows everything about electric cars. We made him put like a report together for all of us and deliver us some. As we're in the market for a new electric car, he's helping us out with this whole thing.
Yeah, well, man, the Taycan's really good.
Yeah,
and you could do worse than the Mach-E too.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. All right. So, what do you like about doing this show, Rob? I mean, like, are you?
I spent the first half of the first season terrified. Terrified. I was this close to quitting. Like, I just wanted out. I felt out of my element. It was affecting the way I was interacting and like doing the job I knew how to do. And then one day we were in Arizona.
Yes.
And I always choose the right car for the challenges.
Yes.
Those guys always choose the wrong car. That's my only advantage.
Yes.
So I had this great Highlander. Not Highlander. That's the wrong car. 4Runner.
Yes.
And I was the only one to make it up this hill. And I had to actually go back and tow Dax in this big van all the way up to the top of this hill. And after that, I was totally in. And I never looked back.
You got through it.
And from that moment on, it was just fun. It was, everything that the show had promised it was going to be.
So you broke the speed barrier, basically, your own personal speed barrier.
Yeah, and I keep doing it. And I find that I'm less afraid in my actual life.
What's the most you've ever topped?
Well, should I say? Because that's in big season 2. Am I going to make it to 200? Because the air in Montana is thin.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not the best place to try and get a car up to 200.
So why not try it in Big Sky Country? Why don't you?
Yeah.
So when you say
we take it down to Death Valley?
Wait a minute. I need to follow up on what you just said, Rob Corddry. Yeah. So you say you're less afraid in What are you doing in daily life?
What do you got? I'll do it.
That you're such a daredevil now. What are you doing now?
I'm not. I'm just I guess I'm realizing I was afraid. I was a more easily. I was a frightened person. I was more less apt to take risks.
Okay.
And now maybe for better or worse.
Yeah.
I'm it's fun.
Okay.
And so I'll get hurt someday and then it'll all end.
You're eating pizza before it's cool? I mean, is that what you're doing?
I don't even care, man, right out of the box.
This is what I mean? You don't care about the roof of your mouth anymore?
Oh, okay. Speaking of roof of the mouth.
Yes, sir.
I'll eat those things that will tear the roof of your mouth.
Now, there's Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch, great example. Thank you.
Tears up the roof of your mouth.
The Captain Crunch genre of food. If you eat Captain Crunch, it tears up the your soft palate.
I don't mean to nitpick Rob and Chris, but it's Cap'n Crunch. As you know, there's an apostrophe.
I'm sorry, did I hit that T? We hit that T pretty hard, didn't we?
It's you know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm a stickler when it comes to cereal.
I apologize to you and to General Mills.
Yes, sir.
Assuming they make that cereal.
By the way, that's General Mills outranks Cap'n Crunch, I believe. I think if you're just actually putting it all together. Hey now.
Oh man, that was good.
Look at me.
Good show. You did a great show today.